Hi guys, I've just finished work, so excuse the hair and the attire, and I'm in my car. So yeah, for those that don't know, I'm a gardener. Just set up my own little business last year, and despite lockdown, I've been allowed back to work this week. I probably mentioned that in some other videos, but I just wanted to talk today a little bit about emotions and through recovery and things like that. I hope the sound's okay. There are some cars going past and things, but emotions are when you're drinking, when you're in active addiction, emotions, they're not there really. You know, you can fly off the handle and do all these things if you're drinking, but that's not really emotion. That's just numbness and the alcohol making you fucking angry or whatever. So that's not emotional. When you stop drinking and come into recovery, all your emotions come back. So it can be very kind of tough at the beginning in early recovery, that you don't know what to do with them. You might act impulsive. You might kind of just kind of re-earth things that you kind of thought you'd put to bed. So I just wanted to kind of talk about what the best way to deal with that is. And I don't really know. I'm still working on it. That's what I'm saying. I'm still really working on it, because you might get a thought and it might upset you, or you might have something and you're over the moon and you become ecstatic. All of these things they can be triggers. They can be absolute triggers for you, but you just need to kind of hold on to where you're at, what you're doing, and really just focus on the here and now. I'm always going to be an impulsive person. That's just not going to go away. I guess I need to think carefully about what I'm doing. But I think impulse is okay, as long as it's not. Impulse for me was drinking, so I just go fuck it and then grab a bottle. But that's not on the cards at all anymore. I'm not going to say never, because it's one day at a time. But for me right now, in this day, this one day that I'm having, these 24 hours, it's not a thing. And it doesn't matter what happens, whether it be good, bad, or ugly. I know that I'm not gonna drink on that, but I will always do crazy things, and I think that's just my own nature. And I suppose being impulsive on other things that isn't drinking is all right, as long as it's not hurting anyone else, or upsetting people, or bring myself to harm. Then impulse is okay, but emotions can be tough. Family, friends, loved ones. I need to get better at maybe not bottling things up, because I don't do that, but I need to get better at thinking about other people, I guess. If that makes sense. I need to think. They tell us to be selfish when we're in recovery, but 5.5 months now, 5.5 months, I think, actually. Yeah, I need to be. I need to think about other people's emotions as well. I'm not just. It's not just Jim's show. It's other people as well. So I need to think about my family. I need to think about friends when I make sweeping comments or judgments, or talk about things on here. I do need to be careful and not just kind of be selfish in that respect. I need to be selfish in the fact that I'm looking after my, excuse my nails, that I'm looking after my sobriety, and where I want to go in my life, and that's all, still very, very, what's the word? Not up in the air, but early days for me, because things are getting back to normal for me. Things are becoming good. I'm working my way through things, and yeah, if there is things that I'm working on that are making that are resurfacing old things, then you know, I apologise to me, I apologise to other people, but I guess I need to do things to work out where I'm going in my life and what I'm doing, and that's, you know, my job's going well, you know, and I hate to say this, but you know, the pandemic's okay over here, we're all right, we're kind of coming out of lockdown, and I just hope and pray that, you know, other countries are going to be getting there soon as well with the vaccine. But for me, you know, I'm nearly 41, so I'm young, you know, I'm fit, I'm healthy, I've hopefully got, you know, another couple of years left on this planet. So I you know, I'm just trying to work out things for me. I'm probably rambling a bit here, but you know, it's good for me to do these little video blogs or vlogs, whatever they call them, because it helps me, and it helps me get my emotions out and get my thoughts out, and you know, writing's great as well, and I do that, but this is genuinely really good for me. So I think my point today is that I think it's okay to act impulsively, especially when there are emotions involved, but I think we got to be careful in other people involved in that, if that makes sense. I'm not talking about anything specific, I'm just talking, you know, over my past 5 months, you know, of what's been kind of going on with me. So I really just kind of, I wanted to do a little video in my car, because, you know, it's difficult to find a lot of time at the moment, so I kind of thought, you know, I've moved the camera around my desk quite a bit now, so, you know, it might be nice to kind of get out and about and do some videos out. I might even start taking you hiking with me. I did some hiking videos a few years ago, so I might actually post a link, or I might even bring them over to this channel as well. Who knows? But yeah, you know, I just wanted to have a quick chat about emotions. I'm good, I'm happy as always, and you know, I'm just kind of just doing my kind of, well, was daily share, but now it seems to be like every couple of days. But who knows, you know, I finish quite early at the moment because, you know, the light's fading, but you know, going forward, I'll hopefully try and do a few more in the car, just when I can get a bit more time to do it. But I'll show you the view actually. So hold on, this is where I like to come and sit in my car. Excuse the bin or the dumpster, but hopefully it's not too misted up here. I don't know what you can see, but yeah, that's my little view anyway. So yeah, good to see you all. I'll check in again soon and do another video soon. But all right, cool. Cheers. Like, subscribe, share, all the jazz. Peace.